is our function concave up or concave down. So again, we can do in our mind, we can see our x values are increasing at a constant rate. And then our y values go down, down, up, up, right? So if it's going down and up, that's what it tells me. It's going to be concave up. But if that's hard to do in our head, then we can also draw a rough sketch, right? Or we can put the points on the graph. So if we draw a rough sketch, again, it's between -3 and +1. Those are our x values. And then it goes from 0 to -4 to +8, right? So 0 to -4 to +8, which also tells me it's concave up. Now, if we want to use Desmos, we can plot each of these points in one at a time, and that'll also help us with our x-intercept. So -3, 0. And that's a green point now, -2, -4. Red point, -1, -4. Zero, 0, and 1, 8. Cool. So now we have our graph. And I feel like I should have 5 points. Why am I only seeing 4? Oh, there's the other one. So if we wanted to draw the parabola, we see that this high one is all the way up here, but it still creates that parabola. So it's still concave up, right? It's shaped like a U. So then identify the x-intercepts. Well, x-intercepts are where y equals 0. So by looking at the table, we see 2 of them. So we can write those in, -3, 0, and 0, 0. But if we look at the graph, we can click on the green points, -3, 0, and 0, 0. There they are, and they give you the coordinates. The y-intercept, well, in this case, it's where x equals 0, right? But that's going to be this point again. So 0, 0, also known as the origin, right, happens to be an x-intercept and a y-intercept, right? Because that's where our graph is also touching the y-axis. So it's an x-intercept and a y-intercept. So then what is the axis of symmetry? Well, like we did last time, we could look at the highest or lowest points in this case, right? We'd have to look at the 2 lowest points, which is right here. So the graph reaches its lowest point at -4, and that's between -2 and -1 on the x-axis. So that means that the axis of symmetry would be halfway between them, which is -1.5. But if that's hard to picture, we can go over to our graph and we can draw the parabola. And then we can draw our axis of symmetry, which would be in between the blue and the red dot. And then that gives us about the same answer, right? -1.5. It looks like -1.75. Is this true? Yeah. So on the graph, it kind of looks like -1.75. On the table, about -1.5, and I would accept either one. Since we're just doing a rough estimate and we don't have every single point on the graph, that's okay. That will happen occasionally.